This base might just give you the inspiration you needed for your next build. The second you load in, it doesn't feel like a lair anymore. It feels like you stepped into another world where every corner pulls you in deeper, and every detail is designed to keep you there. But what really makes this space unforgettable isn't what you see first, it's what's waiting further inside. Welcome back to Elite 16, and today we're resuming our base series. And if you're ready, let's dive into the Trench, a base built by Metanite that doesn't just decorate, it tells a story. And hey, if you want us to showcase your base next, or you're feeling this series, drop a comment below. This entrance has a lot to take in. Loading into it for the first time left me speechless. Alright, here we go. Oh, wow. Are you serious? Crazy. The walls seem like static decorations, but the aquarium brings constant movement, and suddenly the whole room feels alive. Therefore, what could have been a plain entrance transfers into something that I can't stray away from. The statues stand like guards, but they don't stand alone. Sharks, jellyfish, and the reef outside flood the space with life. Therefore, even the smallest corners tell a story. Look close and you'll spot the barrels and the swimwear tucked into the nooks, but with bubbles rising. It feels like the entire base is submerged, and later details may just confirm that. Libraries are usually a place of quiet study, but here silence takes on a different meaning. The Atlantean shelves stand tall with knowledge, but right beside them are coffins and shrines. Therefore, this isn't just a library, it feels like a vault where wisdom and death are preserved together. Aquaman's statue rises at the edge of the room, but instead of simply honoring him, it feels like he's guarding the knowledge kept here. Therefore, his presence sets a tone. This isn't casual reading material, it's something worth protecting. What I love about this setup is how it blends peace with unease. You come here expecting knowledge, but the deeper you look, the more you realize that it's tied to memory, loss, and legacy. Therefore, the Sunken Library isn't just about books, it's about the cost of what's worth remembering. At first, you see the golden tombs resting under the water, but once the shirt starts circling, this doesn't just feel like a random hall anymore. Therefore, the name Graveyard fits perfectly. The alignment of the tombs immediately stood out, but instead of just being neat placements, it reads like a ceremony frozen in time. The sharks above act like protectors, but paired with the elemental flames and the mirror statue, this room doesn't just impress with visuals, it pulls you deeper and makes you wonder what else is the base hiding. Aquaman and Mera stand together at the heart of the room, but instead of feeling like a simple decoration, their placement makes this space feel sacred. Therefore, the Vale of Tears becomes less of a passage and more of a memorial. Stepping onto the sand here feels like you watched the shore somewhere forgotten, but instead of emptiness, the room greets you with treasures. Gems in the dunes, chests brimming with gold, and relics waiting to be claimed. The water isn't still either. A spout rises like a warning with a lone boat caught in its motion, but all of this only pulls your attention forward. The statue towers above a chest, making this feel less like a stash and more like a shrine. Therefore, the lost treasures aren't just riches left behind, they're guarded, waiting, and almost daring you to claim them. But will you? And that's the Trench, a base that doesn't just show you rooms, it tells you a story. Every corner breathes life, every detail feels deliberate, and that's what makes it stand out. If you enjoy this showcase, let me know in the comments what part of the trench left the biggest impact on you. And if you got a base you want to see featured in this series, drop it below. I'll love to explore it. And of course, don't forget to like the video if you want to see more DC Universal Online base tours just like this.